You're now watching a clip from the MarcWes Sports Podcast.
Hi, it's the MarcWes Sports Podcast. I'm Marcus Benjamin. He's Wesley Pierre. And first and foremost, we want to big up the subscribers, the viewers. We appreciate the love and, keep sharing, a clip on whatever social media platform. We're on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, all the platforms. So big up to all the MarcWes Sports Podcast subscribers and viewers. But, we give you that Dade County perspective, in the world of sports, you know what I'm saying? And this week it's NFL playoffs. Last week we had the wild card weekend, and now this is like the real playoffs. This is like, all right, so the ones that just got in, you wasn't expecting to do anything anyway, y'all out. So now the real contenders, play this weekend, and we really get to see, who's gonna move on to the Super Bowl. Wes, if I recall, you had Green Bay winning it all against who?
I think I said Tom Brady.
But that's that they still in the they in the NFC.
Yeah, and then we said it was a championship game, and then and then I think we said something about probably Patrick Mahomes, probably.
So you said Kansas City?
Yeah.
So you said Kansas City and Green Bay.
Yeah, because
Okay.
Patrick
I had
Mahomes
Kansas
won
City.
Oh, so that'll be a perfect matchup. You feel me? We'll have plenty to talk about. More to gloat on.
You got Green Bay going on, winning it all, and I got KC going on and winning it all. Just to recap the last week, I mean, we pretty much hit on every pick except for one for each, which is usually how it go anyway. All the favorites won except for the Dallas Cowboys. The Dallas Cowboys, I thought they was going to win by a field goal.
I think I said the Dallas Cowboys was going to lose.
No, I said I thought they were going to win by a field goal. You thought San Francisco was going to win, and you got that right. And then I got Buffalo. I picked Buffalo to beat the Patriots, which I've been trying to tell you, them's frauds, man. They were frauds, not the evil empire of old, because they don't got, Anakin. They don't got Anakin. When you don't have Anakin, you're not really a threat to as far as the evil empire is concerned. I mean, they got Anakin in training, but he ain't ready.
See, but I don't think nobody would have beat Buffalo Bills the way they was playing. They went seven drives, and they scored on every drive. They ain't had to punt the ball. They didn't have to do no field goals. So no matter who it was, they was gonna get handed an ass whooping. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You probably would have scored, but you would have got the ass whooping.
Yeah. And I'll try to tell you about Josh Allen. Josh Allen is that boy. He's one of the best quarterbacks in the league. But this next game, they play the Kansas City Chiefs. I'm still not sure if you're able to take it to the next level. To me, it's the best game of the weekend, the Chiefs and the Bills. They played last year, and the Chiefs ended up winning to go to the Super Bowl. This year, they play again in the second round. But I can't pick the Bills yet, even though I love what I've seen from Buffalo last week, as far as, a football team's concerned and a quarterback play is concerned, and the running back Devin Singletary from the crib, Atlantic Del Rey High School and FAU, he represented in that game. But until you beat a team like Kansas City, or until you beat a team like, a Green Bay or a Tampa Bay, then I can't bet with you. I can't put my money and my chips down with you just yet. So I'm still sticking with Kansas City to win that game. I think it's going to be a close game, because I think it's going to be a shootout, actually, type of game. I think Kansas City wins the game. Give me 34-27 type of game. Kansas City moves on to the AFC Championship game.
Okay. I could agree on that because we both think that Kansas City is going to make it to the Super Bowl anyway. But like, this is the game where I'm like listening to what you're saying about Josh Allen being one of the best quarterbacks in the league right now. But it's not just that. His defense is on point, and the defense is what carries individuals or teams in the playoffs, no matter what sport you're actually playing. So for me, if they defense could continue doing what they're doing and they give Patrick Mahomes hell, then it's probably going to be a problem, and we probably see an upset. I don't want that to happen because any New York team I don't like. I know you like the Giants, and I think they wind up hiring a new coach. But regardless of the fact, I really feel that it may be an upset. I want to be right and say Kansas City. Kansas City gonna win. We already said they're gonna win probably gonna go to the Super Bowl. But like I could really see me being wrong and Josh Allen doing his thing and win it. So I would I, I think I'm
Sound
gonna
like you
go
going with the
against
Bills, man. You
I
going with
think
the
I'm gonna, I
Bills?
think I'm
Stay
gonna
going
go
with the
against
Bills.
what I said last week because it's playoffs anyway, and depending on what you see in the playoffs, you able to change your mind on who you actually think gonna win the Super Bowl. I still think the Green Bay Packers gonna win overall, but now seeing what the Buffalo Bills just did last week, if they could play that type of game, then I don't even think Kansas City could beat them. So I'm gonna go ahead and say, and Kansas City, not just that, but we know what they was doing early on in the season. And sometimes you lose in the beginning and then you wind up getting your legs under you during the season. But it's better to lose some games later in the season and then go ahead and come back and start winning them games so you can wind up getting failure, know how to adjust, and know how to do their thing. Because, like I said, I didn't think that they had it last week because of what they was showing me the last few weeks in the regular season, and they made me eat my words, and they wind up doing their thing. So I'm going to go ahead and say that Kansas City will lose this game because they be playing. They be feeling like, oh, we got Steph Curry in our pocket. He's gonna, it's a different sport, but he's gonna save the day. Or we got MJ, or we got Kobe, or we got Peyton. It's Patrick Mahomes. He's young, but they feel like they got that quarterback that they need to get them over them humps plenty of time. So I think it's not going to happen this week. I think that the Buffalo Bills will wind up winning 33-30. I think it's going to be a field goal because normally that's what happens when it comes to these two teams.
So that means you change your Super Bowl pick then. Yeah, that means your Super Bowl pick is Buffalo and Green Bay.
Yeah, Buffalo and Green Bay, but still, but on Green Bay will win the whole thing. And not just that, but that's just me speaking right now because you have the Rams that's playing, you have other teams that's playing, you got
Yeah.
Tennessee Titans with Derrick Henry, he's coming back. So I don't know, we just going ahead and saying some things right now.
Yeah, of course, of course. These is all just predictions. Shit. So so we might as well stay in the AFC though, with Tannehill and the Titans. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, Derrick Henry coming back, like you said. They got Julio Jones healthy, AJ Brown out there healthy. This is the team that we thought in the beginning of the season was going to be rocking, and the fact that they are the number one seed, that you got to go through Tennessee to win, makes me feel like, okay, yeah, they definitely could legit have a chance to make it to the Super Bowl. But it's all about Tannehill, man. We already know it's all about him, because
Oh man.
Tennessee is solid, but they playing Cincinnati. Cincinnati is a pretty good team. And if they get out to a lead, which is highly possible with that explosive offense that they got with Joe Burrow, then you can't run the ball. I mean, you could try to run the ball to come back with Derrick Henry, but at some point, Tannehill's going to have to make a play. He's going to have to make some throws to keep you in the game. Now, if you jump out to a lead, then it's a different story. You know what I'm saying? So it all really depends on if this is a close game. If it's a close game, I like Tennessee. If it's a shootout, like if it's a low scoring close game, then I like Tennessee. If it's a shootout though, I like Cincinnati. I like Cincinnati Bengals to win if this is a shootout, because I just cannot and will not ever trust Tannehill. He's been with us for how long? It was with us for how long? I seen how
7
this
years.
story ends. I seen it. Seen this movie before, and I like Joe Burrow. I like Joe Burrow a lot. I think he's a really good quarterback. Last week he made some great throws, and I think they let the Raiders back into that game because they played conservative at the end. They was trying to run the clock out, playing not to lose, and they almost lost playing that way. You can't play that way, but I don't put that on Joe Burrow. I put that on the coaching. They just tried to run the ball and kill the clock, and it almost, bit them in the butt. So, yeah, I think if Joe Burrow, the dude Jamar Chase, I watched the game last week. I watched it. The dude is pretty much uncoverable right now. He looks like a young Chad Johnson. When Chad Johnson was in a zone for those 2-3 years and you could not cover him, that's what Jamar Chase is. And then Burrow, knowing how he plays since LSU, you could tell they got that chemistry from way back when. They did win a national championship with that team, and Burrow won the Heisman and all of that. So I don't know, man. I feel me just talking it out makes me feel like, oh, I'm going with the Bengals, man, and I'm gonna go with them, and I'm gonna take the chance that they jump out to a big lead in this game, and yeah, I just feel like they'll be explosive in this game, and they'll find a way to hold off Tennessee and Tannehill. I think it's going to be, maybe 27-20.
27-20. So it's going to be a close game, defensive game. I feel you. I feel you with all your points that you gave, especially with the Tannehill. He killed on wide receivers. He killed head coaches. And of course, you've seen what he did as far as with Derrick Henry. He was not the one that caused the injury, but just being with him, and he's known for having this negative aura on players around him. Then you see what happened. Yeah, you're coming back, but I don't think that you're 100%. You're coming back, and I just feel like when someone is rushing to come back, you put yourself at risk. You put your team at risk as far as winning them games, and you put your career at risk. Like for me personally, like he could be one of the best running backs of all time, and I feel like he's coming back early. And I think it was a foot injury that he had. And when it comes to foot injuries with people that's big, you got all that weight on your feet. It's gonna wind up being a problem. Like you're a strong running back, you got nothing but muscles. Muscles is heavier than fat, and I feel like you weren't running like that when you was rehabbing. At least I don't think so. I think you were probably, walking with a boot or walking, chilling at the crib and having, all these individuals, take care of you. Now that you're going to be really running and you're playing in Tennessee, home field is good, but I think home field is going to be bad for someone that's injured. Normally when it's cold, you could feel any type of injury that you previously had. It's kind of like when people break their leg and they can feel the rain coming before the rain come. Yeah, I think it's going to be the same thing when it comes to Derrick Henry. I think, they're going to put too much on him. And it's going to be a problem because right when you find out that Tannehill is not that guy, something that we know in Miami, we got a taste of that for 7 years, then everybody's going to notice that, okay, we really need Derrick Henry. I think it's already a no-brainer, but right now putting him in the game can possibly have you take a step back later on in his career, and that's the near future as far as with the running back. As far as going to the game, again, Tannehill will not carry the team. He's known to do that. You said that Julio Jones is back. He's healthy, yes, but saying what I've been saying, like I just said, you got individuals, when you had an injury, when it's cold, you actually feel it. So someone that's been known for having injuries later in his career, One of the reasons I think he left Atlanta. I think that he's back, but he's not the same person. Derrick Henry's not going to be the same person. Julio Jones is not going to be the same person. The only person that's going to be the same person is Tannehill, and he's going to find a way to lose the game for you. So going to what you're saying with Joe Burrow, he got that rapport with his wide receiver since LSU. Like I seen highlights. I ain't see too much of the game, but I seen a decent amount of the game. And I seen it when they were dominating. I didn't really see when it was coming back until later on, and the Raiders found a way to actually lose the game. But hopefully they learned a lesson, like you said. They were trying to play it safe and run the clock. Hopefully they see they almost could have been out of the playoffs with one of those pretender teams, and you would have had probably a negative taste in that organization's mouth for Joe Burrow. But again, you got a tandem with them, like you said, looking like Chad Johnson, a bigger Chad Johnson. He could run them routes. Seem like nobody can defend him right now. I really want to see him against on corners like Patrick Ramsey, against Xavier Howard's, so I could really get a real feel of what type of wide receiver he is. I don't really know that anybody in Tennessee can defend him, based on what we've been seeing him doing. And I think it's going to be the same way. I think that if Tennessee, wind up balling early and they could just control the game, then they win, like you said. But I don't feel it's going to be that type of game. I think Joe Burrow is going to come swinging, throwing bombs, getting first downs, and people are going to be like, damn. Everybody talking about the Dolphins making the bad pick with Tua, about Herbert. No. It's Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow is that guy, someone that got injured, came back, didn't take a step back. Normally on quarterbacks, when they injure their knee, they subconscious, they scared. But he's not that. He just jumped right back in, and he's doing what he's been doing, getting them numbers. And I can't see I can't see the Tennessee Titans corners holding him down. So for me, it's going to be Cincinnati Bengals. Cincinnati Bengals going to go ahead and win this game. Both teams got good defenses, but one team is younger. But I feel like this time it's for the young guys. Tannehill already lamented his career as far as what type of individual he is, and that's a loser. And I think Joe Burrow is lamenting his career right now early on. Someone that's scoring 4 touchdowns back to back, doing his thing, win a NCAA championship, come to the NFL, get injured with a garbage team, wind up getting your number one wide receiver and doing the same thing you was doing when you were in LSU. So for me, Cincinnati win is going to be 28-32 to 24.
Okay. All right. So we're moving on to the NFC. The NFC